Imagine standing before the walls of an ancient city thousands of years ago. The gates are sealed. Thousands of defenders stand above the battlements, watching an enemy army spread across the horizon. The walls seem impossible to break. They are built from massive stones, designed to survive generations of attacks. But outside the city, something unexpected begins to happen. Soldiers are not simply charging toward the gates. Engineers are measuring the walls. Workers are building enormous wooden towers. Others are digging underground tunnels. Massive machines are being assembled piece by piece. The battlefield is changing. The war is no longer decided only by swords and courage. It is now a battle between defense and engineering. For thousands of years, ancient civilizations fought a constant struggle between the power of fortifications and the creativity of those who wanted to destroy them. Every great empire, from Mesopotamia to Rome, developed new ways to overcome the strongest cities of their enemies. Siege warfare became one of humanity's greatest demonstrations of engineering, mathematics, and strategy. The armies that mastered these techniques did not simply capture cities. They changed the course of history. The first cities of human civilization were built with one major concern: survival. As populations grew in ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean world, cities became centers of wealth, power, and resources. But prosperity also attracted enemies. A city without protection was vulnerable. Early civilizations responded by constructing defensive walls made from mud brick, stone, and timber. These walls represented security, but they also created a new challenge. If an army wanted to conquer a wealthy city, it needed a way to defeat those defenses. The earliest siege tactics were simple but effective. Attackers surrounded a city, cutting off food and water supplies. They waited for hunger and disease to weaken the defenders. Sometimes cities surrendered after months or even years of isolation. But patience was not always enough. As walls became stronger, attackers needed better solutions. They needed machines. They needed engineers. Ancient armies slowly discovered that destroying a wall required more than brute force. One of the earliest methods was the battering ram. A massive wooden beam, often protected by a roof-like structure, was carried toward enemy gates. Soldiers repeatedly slammed the heavy beam against the entrance until the structure collapsed. The idea was simple but dangerous. Attackers moving a battering ram toward a city wall faced arrows, stones, boiling liquids, and defenders desperately trying to stop them. To survive, engineers began adding improvements. They covered machines with animal hides to protect against fire. They added wheels for mobility. They designed stronger frames capable of delivering more powerful blows. The siege machine became an extension of human creativity. One of the greatest problems in ancient warfare was the height of city walls. Defenders stood above attackers, giving them a huge advantage. The solution was the siege tower. These enormous wooden structures could rise higher than the walls themselves. Soldiers inside climbed stairs while archers fired from protected platforms. When the tower reached the enemy wall, a bridge would drop down, allowing soldiers to storm the defenses. Building these machines required incredible planning. Engineers needed to calculate the height of the walls, the strength of the structure, the movement of the machine, the weight of soldiers, and equipment. A poorly designed tower could collapse before reaching its target. A successful one could decide the fate of an entire city. One of the most famous examples of ancient siege warfare came from the Assyrian Empire. The Assyrians were among history's most skilled conquerors. Their armies combined discipline, organization, and advanced engineering. During the siege of Lachish in the 8th century BC, Assyrian forces demonstrated their remarkable abilities. They built massive siege ramps, used battering rams, and coordinated thousands of soldiers in a carefully planned assault. The event was later recorded in detailed reliefs showing Assyrian engineers attacking the city. These images reveal something important. Ancient warfare was not chaotic. It was organized. Behind every successful assault was careful preparation, resource management, and engineering knowledge. A fortress wall was not simply a barrier of stone. It was an engineering problem. Attackers studied weaknesses. They searched for Areas with weaker construction locations where the ground was easier to dig, sections where defenders had fewer soldiers. One method was mining. Instead of attacking above ground, engineers dug tunnels beneath walls. Once underground, they removed supporting material and sometimes burned wooden supports. When the supports collapsed, the walls above could fall. This technique required incredible patience and skill. A mistake could bury the attackers underground. A successful tunnel could open a path directly into a city. Few commanders understood siege engineering better than Alexander the Great. When Alexander began his campaigns across Asia in the 4th century BC, he faced some of the strongest fortifications of the ancient world. His army was famous for battlefield victories, but his engineers were equally important. During the siege of Tyre in 332 BC, Alexander faced an almost impossible challenge. The city of Tyre was located on an island surrounded by water and protected by enormous walls. A direct attack seemed impossible, but Alexander refused to retreat. His engineers built a massive stone causeway extending from the mainland toward the island. Slowly, step by step, his army moved closer. The project required thousands of workers, enormous amounts of material, and careful planning. Eventually, Alexander's forces reached the walls and captured the city. The siege demonstrated a powerful lesson. When geography creates an obstacle, engineering can overcome it. Ancient sieges were not only physical battles. They were battles of fear and morale. A city under attack knew that defeat could mean destruction, slavery, or death. Attackers often used psychological warfare to encourage surrender. They displayed their weapons. They demonstrated their machines. They spread stories about previous victories. Sometimes the sight of a massive siege tower approaching the walls was enough to convince defenders that resistance was hopeless. The greatest victories were sometimes achieved before the first soldier entered the city.